What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight. Okay. Okay, there's no R there. Okay, it is what it is. Making their debut on the channel tonight. We have Homestuck. Yes, indeed. How about that? Homestuck making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity-bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Liam Rucker, and Liam wanted to see me react to this song by Homestuck called Atomic Bonsai. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Crossbell, okay? And the video has 703,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Homestuck, Atomic Bonsai. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
in some respects, it kind of reminds me of Wagaki Band because of the utilization of the traditional Japanese instruments. The flute usage. I think it's called a shamisen. The stringed instrument with the pick. I think this was called. It might. I honestly do not remember. I believe it's called a shamisen, but I could very well be wrong about that. Definitely has kind of Wagaki Band vibes, but in a much more strict, not so grandiose, or not so big, not having like 8 members of the band, just being like probably like a 5 or 6 piece, and all focused on instrumental and a lot heavier feel, more of a metal feel than Wagaki Band. I like it. I'm enjoying this. The guitar work is absolutely solid. Some really nice soloing work too. The usage of the traditional instruments is being done very tastefully. The drumming on this, really nice. Great job on the drummer switching up the feel between the straight time feel and the halftime feel. Very nicely done there. Helps keep things interesting, helps keep things fresh. During the solo section, we modulated up to, I think it might have been G. We left E and went up to G, I think, for the solo section, which was really nice because we were able to transition out of the solo section very easily from the G to the minor E again, back to the E minor again. The chordal progression, pretty easy to follow during the main riff. Especially in what I believe is the chorus, the E down to the C, up to the D, down to the A to the B to the E again. Feels nice, feels very comfortable. Now I got no issue with this. This is nice. This feels good. I'm digging this. Let's keep going here. Snare 2 to 4. Double time. See, this was nice. I liked this. This was fun. This was a good listen. I'm not sure how this song is utilized. This may be a song just from a band that plays this style of music. This might have been used in an anime. This might have been used in a video game. Shoot, there's a lot of applications here. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Homestuck with Atomic Bonsai. This was a request from Liam Rucker. Okay, I got a score. Let's get to it, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.1. Yep, 8.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, First things first, an 8.1, what does that mean? Well, an 8.1 would translate to a great skill rating because overall, I think this was a great song. It will also get 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. Yeah, an A-. So there you go, an 8.1, great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, look. This song just, it was really hitting on all cylinders. Pretty much from the get-go. This song wasted absolutely no time taking off. And I'm glad. It wasn't the spruce goose, sitting there, rolling down the runway and never actually taking off. It made the attempt, but it's rolling along. Oh, looks like it might make planes off this time. No, not quite. No, that wasn't the case here. This was more like Fat Albert. For those of you that follow the Blue Angels at all, you know what Fat Albert is. Doing a rocket-assisted takeoff where it hits the runway and they hit those rockets, and you've never seen a plane, especially a plane the size of Fat Albert, just literally go from here to here. It's quite a sight to behold, to see that rocket-assisted liftoff. That's exactly what this song did. It took off like a shot, and it never looked back. I loved the incorporation of the traditional Japanese instruments. I believe it's called a shamisen, and the flute. I know there's a specific name for the flute, or it may just be a flute. I don't know. There's a specific word for a specific kind of flute that's used in traditional Japanese music. But those two instruments, the utilization of both of them, within the, okay, now here's the thing. We've seen this before, with Wagaki Band. We've seen it. Wagaki Band has never been this heavy or this fast or this intense. Don't get me wrong, I love Wagaki Band. I absolutely do. But this was next level. This was taking Wagaki Band and metalizing it. Lots of guitar. Guitar was absolutely the focus of this. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Japanese instruments were absolutely there, and they absolutely were making their presence felt. Yes, but this was a metal song through and through, with traditional elements, which I absolutely dug. Guitar was thick and crunchy. Loved the guitar tone that was being utilized. The chordal progression felt really good. Yes, it was a little, I don't want to say predictable, because it wasn't 100% predictable. You kind of got the idea, but you never really knew the exact chords that were going to be utilized. From the C to the D, sometimes they went to the E, back to the D, back to the C. Or sometimes they went from the C to the D, down to the, up to the E, to the A, to the B, back to the C. Sometimes they went C to the D, to the A, to the B, to the E, back to the C. I mean, it was always a little different. There was always these little variations, which kept it fresh and kept it going and kept it interesting. Kept me, as a listener, vested. The utilization of feel in this song, primarily, let's be honest, mostly straight time, snare on 2 and 4. They would, in the chorus, utilize the halftime quite a bit, putting the snare on just the 3. And that was really nice. That alone was really nice. Towards the end, they didn't go into halftime, they went into double time. Snare on the downbeats of 1, 2, 3, and 4 to help add a little extra drive, that last stretch towards the end. Smart. If you're going to put it anywhere, if you're only going to utilize double time feel in one place, that should be it. Leading up toward the ending. It makes perfect sense. The instrumentation across the board, like I said, the guitar soloing was nice. The shamisen, I believe it's called a shamisen, playing was really clean. The flute playing really led itself well to the song. Some really nice work in that part. drumming and bass, absolutely solid all the way through. I have no complaints about this song. And if I'm being honest, I like hearing this little bit of a different take. Taking what Bagaki Band has done in the past and taking it to the next level. I thought that was really nicely done. I'm curious, and I'm going to end with this. I do have some questions. This band, Homestuck, is this their thing? Is this their, for lack of a better word, is this their gimmick? Is this their shtick? If it is, cool. I think it helps them stand apart from the thousands of other bands that are out there, tens of thousands of other bands that are out there. Or is this song a one-off? That's a possibility. This might be the only song like this on their album. I mean, this might be the only one that utilizes traditional Japanese instruments. The rest of it might be completely different. I don't know. I've never heard of this band, so I'm not 100% certain. Is this song utilized in anything like an anime or a video game? It sounds like it could be in both. I'm not 100% sure. So if fans of Homestuck could do me a favor, fill in the blanks, dot the I's and cross the T's for me. Let me know the answers to these questions because I'm genuinely curious to know, the answers. I would love to know. So anyway, an 8.1, great debut on the channel. I mean, not every band's gonna come on the channel and debut with an 8. It doesn't happen too often, actually. So 8.1, I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.1, which is a great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.